This whole opening, it's not terrible, but why the f are we starting with this? Before I rip this movie to shreds, I actually hope that movies succeed, and I don't want movies to fail like this. But yeah, like, who gives a shit about this? This is just Peter Parker's dad, who you kind of get acquainted with in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, but there's not enough meaningful changes for them to show this scene all over again. Because most of what Spider-Man does, in my opinion, it stems from Uncle Ben and him being an innocent bystander victim. Okay, and here we have this like secret agent type bullshit going on right now. And if this was a real thing, this hitman would not be monologuing and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be dramatic before I end your life because the plot demands that. That's what I do." I don't hate the scene, but it just derails from the greater picture of what Spider-Man is doing in this movie. Like, I thought this movie was supposed to be a love story between Peter and Gwen, and now we have this Liam Neeson discount action movie bullshit going on. This doesn't help the tone. None of this is helping. Yeah, the visual of that is cool, like, all the windows bust out, and then that is cool, but this would be sad if we gave a shit about the characters, but we haven't had enough time to spend with them in the first movie or the second movie. So what the f were the producers of this movie thinking? Putting this first, before Spider-Man. And I love that logo, by the way. But, as I said, this is where the movie should have started. Right here. We start with Spider-Man, and we end with Spider-Man. This is like the start of a video game, or a movie, or any story. Because it should start and end with Spider-Man, because he's in the f***ing title. That's all I'm saying. Look at that. I don't like the writing in this movie, and it's not great. However, I will say, physically and from the cinematography, like the way the camera angles are placed, this is probably the best looking Spider-Man they've ever portrayed on film. Okay, this is dumb. Oh wow. That's not a wasted shot though. This whole Rhino thing might be a waste of time, but there's no wasted shots. The cinematography is actually an 11 out of 10. This movie might be a 3 or a 4 out of 10 total in enjoyment because there's so many skippable moments. I will defend the cinematographer for the rest of my life.
Hey, my name is Spider-Man. You can call me Webhead.
Okay, lives are at stake. Spider-Man should be webbing him in the face and then, like, trying to, like, hit the brakes somehow.
More room on the sideline, folks, please.
And then we have this cartoony bullshit. I feel so bad for Jamie Foxx, but I also believe he probably got paid $5 million just to do this dumbass role. I don't think you could pay me enough to dress up like these guys and do this dialogue. They are now immortalized in this film forever as these crappy characters that they had no control over because they weren't in the editing room.
You're my eyes and ears out here.
Yeah, see, why is he taking the time to say this when, again, there's lives at stake, and there's, like, plutonium and all this other shit? It feels so artificial, the way that Electro's storyline is made. It just doesn't seem like Spider-Man would naturally do any of this. Again, I'm nitpicking, but this movie is not good enough to not be nitpicked at. I'm sorry, it's just not. Okay, that's a cool shot. Great cinematography. Can't complain about it.
Come here. Come to Daddy.
Yeah, see, I love that. That's another thing they did good about this movie, is they got Spider-Man's personality right. They got his, like, snarky, trash-talky attitude, but also he's still kind of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and he's kind of chill. He's a perfect PG-13 Spider-Man. Although I would argue that the ending of this movie is very not PG-13, but whatever. Like this. This is a very Spider-Man's personality is fun, it's quirky, but he's, like, still willing to talk to his girlfriend while he's hanging on the front of a truck. Like, that's cool. That just reeks of, like, Jackass 3D or, like, some type of extreme sports thing. But I think Spider-Man's personality bled a little bit too much into Peter Parker throughout this movie, and I think that's my biggest complaint about Peter Parker, or at least the Peter Parker that they constructed in these particular Amazing Spider-Man movies. I would argue Tobey Maguire is the better Peter Parker. I don't know about and Andrew Garfield might be the better Spider-Man. Whereas Tom Holland is kind of the most balanced between those two things, I think, thus far. And then Spider-Verse movies, that's like a whole different character to me, so I think that's in a different realm. Okay, once again, very, very cool shots.
I am running a bit late.
Okay, why is he telling the villain that he's running late? Okay, I know it's a movie, and I shouldn't be reading into it too seriously like that, but I am going to, so get over it. The whole scene is just kind of obnoxious. But if we would have started with... I would be less upset with the scene, though, if they had skipped over the whole Peter Parker's dad bullshit, though.
Time is luck.
You couldn't have heard that Gwen Stacy speech and not kind of predicted what they were going to do at the end, though. Like, they had to have watched that speech and just like, oh god, I wonder what they're going to do at the end. But there's all this cartoony bullshit going on, especially with the Rhino. But also, that shot, again, this cinematography is perfect. This is great. But yeah, what is this? Like, this childish, like, stuff and this crappy dialogue. Oh yeah, he speaks broken English because he's Russian. Oh, how surprising. Because there's no such thing as a Russian who speaks perfect English in an American film. It just does not exist. Also, I like this in the movie, how Spider-Man has, like, different hats on, but you can still see Spider-Man's mask. I like that. That's very, like, of the comics, and it's got a very, like, Wade Wilson kind of vibe to it, also. Also, this is way too badass for Peter Parker. Yeah, Peter Parker is way too dorky to be making out with his valedictorian girlfriend in front of the entire school and have zero inhibitions about it and be completely confident. That's what I mean when I say that Spider-Man kind of bled a little bit too much into Peter Parker. Like, Spider-Man's too cool. Peter Parker is still, like, a dork, and he has to keep it under wraps. People might get the idea that he's acting like Spider-Man in his real life, is all I'm saying. I kind of like the romantic, like, interdrama, I guess, between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, but it's very 500 Days of Summer. It kind of, like, smothers the movie in that a little bit too much. Which further adds on to the confusion. Like, is this movie supposed to be about the corporate espionage of Peter Parker's father? Is it about the love story between him and Gwen Stacy? Is it about the downtrodden villain of Electro? I've seen this movie like 3 or 4 times now in preparation for this, and I still am not quite sure what these producers were aiming for. And also this, it turns into a psychological, creepy thriller movie because now Peter Parker's like paranoid that Gwen Stacy's dead dad is like staring at him every time he makes out with his daughter. So it's like, what? That angle would have been good if they would have just stuck with that and maybe just the Gwen Stacy's dad, the romantic angle, and like the Electro angle. They could have saved all the goblin stuff for like the first act of the next movie, and then, you know, they could have done something different. Peter Parker is having more grief over Gwen Stacy's dad than Gwen Stacy is having about her own dad. It is a little odd. And this is all Peter Parker stepping on his own toes, too, by the way.
Not able to live with myself.
Yeah, see, this is all in his own head, and she's tired of dealing with what's in his head. I do love you, but I see your father every time I take a shit. I can't help it. Also, I think that's the best Emma Stone has ever looked on, like, screen before. Just the way the light was hitting her face, and her hair and eye color and all that. That was a greatly constructed shot. Again, I will defend the cinematography in this movie. It is borderline flawless. Okay, now, see, we're back to Spider-Man. Now we're bringing the mood back up. That's, okay, good. But part of the problem with art is that it's not just about the choice, it's also about how you decide to execute or follow through with it. Like, the choice to show Spider-Man sick was good because they followed through very well right here.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, that's funny. Like, he's still trying to pretend like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. He's trying to show up for, like, the neighborhood people or whatever. He's trying to act cool. See, the choice to do that was good, and the follow-through was very good. But the choice of including, like, 30 different subplots in this movie, there was not a good follow-through with that. And this scene is also very, very pointless. Like, why is this happening? This seems like a dumb scene that they included just to get Spider-Man to crawl on the ceiling and have a moment with his aunt. But it's really artificial, and it doesn't make sense.
I'm very naked right now.
I'm jerking off. Don't you want? Can't I have privacy?
We have no chimney.
What?
Okay, the delivery of that was funny. We have no chimney. What? Like, that was good. But, like, why is she not asking a follow-up question? She couldn't have said, like, wait, you're not answering my question. I don't know, it's just a weird scene that we didn't really need. It was just kind of a dumb thing. Okay, the choice of having Jamie Foxx play Electro, fine. The follow-through was terrible, though.
Look who's in it. Spidey.
Yeah, like, what is this? I mean, I understand the motivation of, like, having, like, a creepy, like, stalker-esque character, but it's just so cartoony, and the dialogue is just so Pixar-sounding sometimes that I'm just like, who is this movie for?
Circuit 39.
Yeah, like, is that supposed to be funny?
That I took care of my own dirty underwear.
But they did decide to include this, which I find interesting. This is basically the same scene with him and Aunt May 5 minutes ago. It's him trying to hide that he's Spider-Man, and she's trying to, hey, do your responsibilities. Again, this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Like, why? And all that for him to just not do his laundry. Great. That's a great shot. Again, the cinematography is on point. I can't get mad at it. And the CGI graphics right here are looking kind of cool. Unnecessary because it's just in the middle of a building lobby, but like, whatever. Sony threw so much money at this movie, it's not even funny. So much money that $700 million wasn't enough to be profitable. It's crazy. Oh, look, it's BJ What's-His-Nuts. Oh, this is actually pretty cool right here.
You're no Spider-Man. He's a Leo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip your well-groomed head off.
Okay, see, that was actually pretty good. See, that was a slight stroke of genius, and this movie has like 5 or 6 of them, but that was a good illustration of how Max is still crazy, even before the whole electronic, whatever shit happens to him. When he's given absolute power, it amplifies who he is as a person, and he's already a little bit psychotic. So I actually like that choice. And this scene is also kind of creepy.
I'm Gwen.
Notice how she didn't say her last name. Smart. And this is good. He's making up a bullshit story. Like, he cares way too much about what people think. They did a good job showing that early in the movie. Okay, Jamie Foxx looks stupid, but this is actually a pretty decent scene.
He said he needed me.
See, that right there, that was fucking creepy. That was unnerving. I wouldn't want to hear that in an elevator alone with a guy. That would scare the fuck out of me. So that was actually a pretty good performance right there.
She remembered my name.
Also, that was dumb. That could have been better. He should have not noticed she was gone until the elevator door shut. And then he should have said, Spider-Man remembered my name first. Spider-Man, he's a trendsetter. And then he looks back up at the TV. I think that would have been a little bit better, but whatever. Also, Dane DeHaan, kind of underrated. He's kind of a weird person to like cast for because he's got a baby face, but he's got like kind of a lower tone voice. Yeah, he was in Oppenheimer recently, and he played a very chill role where he just sat there, I think. But he played that super chill role very well. He knows how to act very subtly. The dialogue in this scene does not make a whole lot of sense, though, to me.
You sent me scotch. Or one of your assistants did.
That kind of hurts, for your dad's assistant to send you a gift instead of him. Yeah, he's very much got the whole daddy rage thing going that he had in Chronicle, so I can kind of see where they cast him.
Not just for me.
I want you to find Jason Bourne for you, too. Because I can't find Jason Bourne. Oh, that's an even better shot right there. He's half in the shadows, so he's got an evil side.
That is genetic.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense. He's bitching about how his son is, like, not, but applying himself. But now he's telling him, hey, this terminal illness that I have, it's genetic. You're going to get it, too. Why wouldn't you tell him that at a younger age so that he could get started and being more productive and learn how to be, like, a chemist or something? Like, what the fuck is that? From a writing standpoint, that doesn't make any sense. Also, it's funny how, like, the Green Goblin is, like, blood, blah, 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 hyperplasia, something. It's like an illness. That's an interesting take. I don't know if I like it, but it's interesting. They tried to separate themselves from the Sam Raimi movies, I guess. Oh, look, it's a Sony movie, so they have to put a Vio in there. Can we shut down power and before I get electrocuted and become the villain?
Forget it, I'm out the door.
So all we needed was that one technician to stick around in the power station or whatever, just to turn it off, and then we could have just avoided all this. Oscorp could have avoided millions in damages. Yeah, see, right there you think the electrocution is going to happen, but... And then this camera shot is great in a second here. Yeah, goes through it, and then fall. Yeah, I love it when movies do that. I kind of like the way this looks, even though it's a very obvious CGI. It's got that translucent Pandora, like Avatar movie kind of look to it. Oh, look, his teeth got fixed. But yeah, anytime they do that camera thing where it follows a character through walls or through different floors and stuff, I always love that shit. Like when Captain America's busting through walls, I love that. Despite the fact that this movie sucks, they did a good job with that camera, following Max through each floor.
And everyone in New York City and the giant lizards.
Oh, and I like this too. Again, Dane DeHaan is underrated. What you don't understand, I'm turning around in my chair.
Here, just get rid of it, right?
Just throw it out. In all seriousness, though, he is actually pretty good in the scene.
We're not friends.
Hell yeah, I dig that performance right there. Oh, and this is good too.
Hi.
Yeah, he like barely moves his mouth, but he's like, oh, who's this person at the end of the table? And again, the cinematography does a good job showing you that also. One other thing they held back on, which is weird for this movie, is that I think that's supposed to be Felicia Hardy, technically, who is Black Cat, if you know anything about the comics.
Good, then you can all keep your jobs a little longer.
Well, guess what? You can keep your jobs for a little bit longer. I want to study the animals because they're eating the dogs. Okay, there you go. The camera angle again. That's great, because it shows that everybody's kind of uneasy, and this is good too. Harry's kind of in the shadows. Peter Parker is not. He's there with his adorable little peacoat. Peter's walking closer. Harry's staying in the shadows because he's still not quite sure who he's talking to. This is a well-visualized scene.
You got your braces on.
But see there, he steps in the light. That's the signal where he's like, okay, I'm ready to talk to Peter Parker, my old friend now. Okay, the writing between Harry and Peter is actually pretty decent in this movie, but they've had decades of comics to pick through. I don't know how impressive it is, but I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I don't do complicated.
I don't either. I like that line. Okay, I like that camera angle right there. It's slightly off because Peter's like not sure if he should be telling Harry about Gwen Stacy because they're not quite together. But the more he talks to him, see, oh, the camera's straightening out right there. See, you know what? The cinematography is a f***ing 11 out of 10 in this movie. I'm standing by the cinematography. This movie sucks. The camera angles are so perfectly chosen that some things about it are tolerable. I will defend 30% of this movie and not much more.
I just wish I had time for eventually.
This is good, because Peter Parker keeps saying things, and Harry's just like, I wish I had time, I wish I could, I wish I could. There's a part of Harry that wishes he could be best friends with Peter, but like they're just different people. Oh, here we go. Again, the visual aesthetic of this looks good too. Kind of dim, but you can see everything, and there's a fire in the background, so he's about to be cremated. But then he's like the vampire from Blade. He just pops up off the thing. See, what you don't understand is that I was raised by eels. These eels done bit me, electrocuted me, and then now I am the Eel King. The scene coming up is very, very cool, but when him and Spider-Man fight for the first time, that scene does look absolutely amazing, and I do like the aesthetic that they went with. Oh, look, a perfect shot of the sun setting in Peter Parker's silhouette. Gee, the cinematography. I wonder... I keep big-upping the cinematography for this movie. Why don't I look up who the hell did it? Dan Mindell. I don't know who the hell that guy is, but he is amazing. And this is kind of cute right here. Like, this is the whole 500 Days of Summer thing. It adds on to the identity crisis of the movie, because this stuff is done so well, but the ending is so depressing that it's like, it's hard to have a good time with it. The thing about art, as I've been saying, is it's the choice that you make, the artistic choice that you make, and then it's the follow-through, the execution of that choice. If you're going to have the choice of Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy having a relationship, whatever, it's very, very well done, I will say. They can't be together, but they can't help themselves because they're just so in love with each other. Oh, this next scene's kind of cool. And that looks cool. See, that looks like some Matrix, like Neo from like the Matrix Revolutions type shit. And that looks cool with the way with the lights flashing and the hooded figure walking. That's a really, you know what? That's a great album cover. Yeah, no, let me just accidentally admit that I'm stalking you and I follow you around because I'm Spider-Man and I'm creepy. You're the only girlfriend I've ever had. Gwen, I need something for the spank bank. Come on. And, you know, all jokes aside, this is actually a very well-done scene.
Moving to England.
Yeah, it's kind of that Gwen just now springs this on him when she's like, oh, let's just be friends. But she waits till this point to talk about the England stuff. She should have done that at the beginning. She should have said, hey, I'm moving to England, but I want to be friends with you, blah, blah, blah. She should have, whatever. This is her fault. And that looks great, too, by the way. Once again, very Matrix-y, but yeah, see, that's cool. Again, this character sucks, but all the visuals behind Electro are actually pretty intense and pretty incredible. Yeah, see, that looks pretty cool. He looks like one of the walkers from Game of Thrones a little bit. Yeah, see, this is essentially like Dr. Manhattan, but like a downtrodden individual who's way too emotional. Also, I find it very hard to believe that Times Square would just open up and a bunch of cop cars would show up like that. But so what? It's for the movie. It's a Spider-Man movie. Who cares? Okay, I like that his voice also like it sounds like there's like a static to his voice that's slightly underwater. I really like that addition. And once again, shout out to the visual effects companies that did this, because like, look at this. I mean, it's basically the same image like on like a bunch of different screens, but just the construction of all these shots, like, yeah, look at that, that's amazing. Also, the product placement, I'm sure that didn't hurt the movie at all. And also this, like, they just tear gas him immediately. They don't try and say, hey man, what's your name? I guess this really is the New York Police Department, isn't it? And also, what are these? Like, what is this technology? Where did that come from? Again, the graphics on that look amazing. I don't care. Oh, wow, really? Again, this really is the NYPD. Okay, he could have done that a little gentler, but whatever. Oh, hell yeah.
No sparkles!
Again, the shot construction of this, yeah, that's cool. That's great. Yeah, this and that too, yeah. Every ounce of the cinematography is good.
What's your name again?
Sorry, Max, I save like 100 people a week. It's kind of hard to keep track. You're not that important. This is interesting, how Spider-Man's actually trying to talk to him, but of course some, you know, police officer has to, like, let it off a little too soon.
This is my buddy Max. I told you about Max. No one!
Okay, see, this is, again, cartoony, and I don't know who it's for. The dialogue, I mean. Oh, there we go. Of course. There's always some, yeah, always some, you know, city cop that just lets it off too soon. Yeah, that looks cool. Everything, yeah. Okay, yeah, see, this is where, if people that do like this movie, this is where the ticket price is right here. And again, this is great. They do this song, the like little song underneath like Max's brain that you can kind of hear in the background. Yeah, he shot at me. He hates me. Yeah, that's a really interesting concept because it's like Max's brain is there for the audience to listen to. It's real interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's real cool actually. Also, this is one of the best like shot constructions I think ever. It also makes scenes later in the movie a little bit weird because if his reflexes are this fucking good at this scene in the movie, why aren't they this fucking good at other parts of the movie? But whatever, it's whatever. This movie's not perfect, but whatever. Yeah, that's fucking sweet. Look at that. And yeah, see, he does all of this in like 0.3 seconds, and he's able to like, he's able to save all these people in that short amount of time, and that looks so great. Yeah, but his reflexes aren't that fast later on in the movie for various reasons. Because the script said so. It's time for me to light my candles. Yeah, see, that's a dumbass line. Like, what is that in there for? That looks so good, though. Okay, see, now this is giving off, like, Matrix Revolutions fighting Neo vibes. Where they're, like, throwing each other through the city or whatever. And there's the song popping up again. Again, that was a good concept. I dig it. Yeah, see, now at first he just hated Spider-Man, and then the lyrics change, and he hates everybody, and then doom. Now he turns into, like, Dr. Manhattan exploding. Once again, that looks great. If you don't think that looks great, you're out of your mind. Oh, that's such a cool shot. Come on. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't think that looks good, you're out of your mind. Alright, this is cool, but it also I question whether or not Electro should have been this overpowered in this movie, because you can kind of write the villains however you want to. You don't have to be 100% true to the comics necessarily. Oh yeah, this is the greatest right here. It's a small detail, but I love this. Yeah, Spider-Man with the fireman's hat on. Like, that's great. And he's friends with all the fucking firefighters. That's fucking great.
A pleasure doing...
Yeah, I love that. Like, see, that's the type of shit. Okay, that's the type of playful shit that is great about Spider-Man. That's what they nailed about Spider-Man's personality. He's got jokes, but he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. He's just like, yeah, we just blast him with some water. I talk to the boys, you know, we high five, we're good. Yeah, we're Spider-Man, we're in New York, eh? You ever have a fucking meatball sub? Also, I fucking hate England, because my girl wants to go there.
Yeah, it's gotta be rubberized. Spidey suit.
Yeah, he probably uses a certain kind of latex, because that's what I use when I'm alone. I mean, I'm at work. Here we have two incels to give us more insight on Spider-Man's suit because it would take an incel to live at home and do nothing in order to make it. Okay, I respect the Dogtown and Z-Boys poster on the back. I respect that. And see, now this doesn't make any sense either. Like, I feel the music should be a little bit more suspenseful right now because he's like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, I have a mystery to solve. Like, I would do anything for you, my love. Like, that's not the vibe. Like, and he's like taping up all this shit on his wall, making a map of New York. Again, this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Once again, I think a producer tried to put too many 500 Days of Summer type things in a Spider-Man movie. Which, don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of that in the first Amazing Spider-Man, but this was just... What are they doing? Okay, once again, the progression of his illness is never fully explained either. Because it looks like he's starting to get skin things. And he acts like he's about to die all the time, but he should have more time because his dad was like in his 60s when he died, so I don't know. Also, again, the graphics, the cinematography, everything about this, great. Oh look, I'm discovering everything about the Sinister Six that'll come in handy for other movies that are never going to get made. Okay, and here, not only do we have Peter Parker trying to find out stuff about his dad, Richard Parker, but Harry Osborn is trying to find out shit about it too, so they're like playing the same thing for you over and over again. It's not very enjoyable. Especially when it's a character we're not really that interested in or invested in. Okay, this is kind of funny, though. How he grabs a wrench, hits himself in the face. Yeah. Give me Spider-Man hitting himself in the face with a wrench any day of the week. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And here we go again. So there's Peter Parker seeing stuff with his dad in it. There's Harry Osborn seeing stuff with Peter Parker's dad in it. And then there's both of them sitting here watching stuff with Peter Parker's dad. Do they need to talk about Peter Parker's dad so much? It's really taking away from the Spider-Man of it all, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fun.
Bitten by one of those things and it worked.
I love how he thinks Spider-Man's blood is just automatically going to cure him. It would appear that Harry Osborn should know better than that, though, that there's going to be some other testing that needs to take place in order for that to happen, but I don't know. It's just weird, the way that it's written and dialogued out, I guess. I just realized that Jamie Foxx plays a Max in this movie, and the only other time he plays a Max is in the movie Collateral, which is significantly better than this piece of shit.
You took his picture, so...
If you take pictures of something, you know everything about it. That's just the rule of life. I love how Harry thinks just because Peter took a picture of Spider-Man that he knows everything about him. When paparazzis take pictures of Harry all the time, and they don't fucking know him. So this scene, I don't know, it's a little odd. Because you would think Harry would have a better idea of, like, maybe he can ask Peter and maybe he can track him down. Like, maybe. Although, you know, the movie has to happen the way it happens.
I don't want to end up like my father.
Okay, Harry, this is actually a good character moment because Harry Osborn does this throughout the movie. He, like, demands something, and when he doesn't get it, he's like, wait, but I'm desperate. I need it. And he turns into a child immediately. Like, please give me what I need. He starts begging for it. It's interesting because he does that throughout the movie. It's consistently written, so I'll give it that. This movie, you know what? Part of the problem is this movie feels like an Oscorp movie. Because Oscorp is responsible for Spider-Man, for Harry, for Electro, for Gwen Stacy's job, for Gwen Stacy's Oxford thing. I think you might see the Oscorp logo more times than you see Spider-Man's outfit. I think that's the problem with this movie. Oh, and this guy. What the f*** is this? Yeah, I don't understand why they decided to keep this, like, techno-German dude in it. Like, I don't get that. Like, gee, what are they trying to say by having a German scientist in the movie? I wonder what the symbolism is for that. As if Max didn't have a shit enough life as it is. Now he's got to get tortured by this weird, creepy German guy? Yeah, see, now it feels like Hostel or something. I have no f***ing clue what this movie was trying to do, man. And also, they're electrocuting him, so doesn't that give him power? Can't he just blast everybody and get out of there that way? But I'm sure there's some comic book BS in there where it's just like, oh, but these are electro-inhibitors or whatever. Who does number 2 work for? This dialogue is just stupid. Yeah, we f***ing know that. Who was that line for? Why was that line in the movie? Like, we know who he is, and we know, like, I don't know. It's just weird. This scene has visual flair, but that's about it. There was no reason for any of that dialogue to be in the movie. And that looks amazing. That particle simulation with him going underwater, that looks great. CGI is on point. I can't say a single bad thing about the CGI, for the most part.
I think they're looking for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Just the man I wanted to see.
This is an okay scene. It just feels really, really rushed. And of course, Harry wakes up, and what's the first thing you do is gets a drink. This shows how arrogant Harry is in a second here. This is good.
Come on, everybody wants my money!
Yeah, he doesn't know anybody with, like, a sense of morality in his life, because his dad's, like, a greedy whatever. So he doesn't have, like, a moralistic compass the way Spider-Man does.
You're trying to protect yourself.
No, see, that's where he's wrong. He thinks Spider-Man owes him something just because he has money or because he's rich. And now this is showing how arrogant Peter is, because he can't shut up about his situation without any care for what's going on with her.
Who am I? I'm John Hopkins.
Yeah, this is, alright. Again, this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Like, do we really need this scene in here? Do we need all this dialogue? It could have just been like, Gwen Stacy should have just been like, Peter, I'm going to Oxford. This is my last interview. Call me later. Oh, and I like this right here. He gives her a little thumbs up because he actually cares about her well-being in a second here. So he does want a positive outcome for her, but it's just he's conflicted about whether he should be involved in that positive outcome. And now he's all sad because he's not sure how to feel about his girlfriend moving away. I don't know why he's putting it in the laundry hamper, though. I'm just going to wash these in the f***ing dryer. The way that he stumbles upon, like, the calculator with the coins in it, and that's how he knows to go to the train station, that is actually kind of cool. How he had to get pissed off to find out the next clue. My dad could fit all of these coins in his ass.
You alright?
Ugh, Felicity Jones. I don't know how I feel about her playing Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, but whatever. She's still smoking, who cares? Also, is it just me, or does this look like Avengers Tower or some other, like, high-rise building? Maybe from Superman? I don't know. This building looks familiar somehow. Maybe it was in Furious 7. I can't tell.
They had the venom extracted.
We can get you the liquid Cialis you've been looking for. We can put the power back in your hands, or your dick, or whatever. Also, Harry Osborn is a full-blown alcoholic in this movie. Every other scene, he has a drink made for him. Oh, once again, great camera angles. That's a great shot, because it's showing half of Electro and the other half is Harry, so that they're, like, joined because they're both evil. Yeah, that's great. I like that shot a lot.
I put this gently. Fired.
This is some type of shit that actually does happen in real life. Companies will oust their founder or whatever by like vote of the board, or if the investors vote on it sometimes.
No one is going to miss you.
Yeah, this is like extra harsh though for no reason. Like, why does he not think Harry's gonna try and do something to him later on in life? Like, what the f? This is actually good right here.
I know my way out.
Yeah, that's f***ing creepy. He's like, I know what I'm gonna do to you later. I don't need to be all struggly with what I'm doing here. So Peter Parker realizes his dad was a whistleblower superhero with a secret lair. Because Peter Parker's dad is so important. Yeah, see, this feels like a moment from like a National Treasure movie. It still adds to the unnecessary plot line, but it still looks kind of cool. So I'll give it a little credit. Okay, this next scene is kind of interesting, how Harry can just like fight people randomly out of nowhere now. I thought he was supposed to be terminally ill. Whatever happened to that? So now Harry Osborn knows how to f dudes up, but he's also terminally ill and needs Spider-Man's blood. I know I'm poking holes in a movie that's supposed to be cartoony as f, but whatever. And yeah, Harry sneaks in here pretty easily, I might add. Not that it f matters, but you know. Okay, and this next scene I will contend is actually not bad. I love the camera angles, again, because it's looking up at Electro because he kind of has all the leverage in this situation without actually knowing it. And the camera's down on Harry because he is the lesser powered one in this situation. But now, he's in deal-maker mode, so the camera's straight on, so he can help Electro a little.
Think bigger, Max.
Hey, you don't want to kill me.
And you can't get out of here without me.
Yeah, see, I like that, how they kind of need each other. Harry is kind of feeding off of that and making Electro, like, in his getting Electro in his vulnerabilities.
I want you to make it bleed.
Yeah, see, stuff like that. I didn't think that performance was bad. There's some really, like, malicious things he's saying here that I believe. And when his, like, angry self doesn't work, he starts getting all weepy and weak-sounding to try and manipulate the person.
I need you.
Yes, I'm just a scared little boy, and I need you to help me. Like, he reverts back to, like, acting like a child, asking an adult for help or something. It's really interesting to watch, like, Harry's psychology in this really crappy movie actually be kind of properly displayed, I think. And that looks great. Don't you know? I'm Electro Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, that's kind of what that is. It's like Dr. Manhattan while he was still trying to form himself before he fully figured it out in the Watchmen movie. Which I think is underrated, by the way. The theatrical cut of Watchmen, I like that movie. I don't care about what they did with the ending. I thought it was a well-done movie. A little too much slow motion, but whatever. And also, of course, who are we not going to give a shit about when bad things happen to? That's the one character in every movie who you can torture and nobody's going to give a shit. Is the creepy German scientist. We can do whatever we want to him. Yeah, just dunk him in the water in the background. I can see why they made the movie. It's just the choices and then the follow-through were like two completely weird different things. Oh, that's a good shot too. Again, the camera work is perfect. That's a good shot. That looks amazing. That actually looks like a shot that you would see in one of the Spider-Verse movies. Like it's very graffiti coded.
And that's not because I don't love you.
And this is so much more heartbreaking when you've seen the end of the movie. It's like, good lord, man. If they wanted to keep somewhat of a consistent tone, they should have just let Gwen Stacy go to England, and then the stuff with Goblin happens in like the first act of the next movie, so you don't end with the Gwen Stacy thing. That would have been my move.
Remember me.
Oh, that looks kind of cool. And I like that, how all he does is he plays the world's smallest violin, and that dude's desk goes flying all over the place. I like that, actually. I bet Dane DeHaan had a lot of fun with this scene, but like the editing room and the director, like what were they thinking?
So, fairy godmother.
Because they chose to keep these takes.
How dare you come back in here?
Okay, this guy, the balls on this guy.
Freaks.
Yeah, he had that comment. Yeah, that guy's stupid. He interrupted Harry Osborn during his little monologue with a big electrical conductor dude next to him. Yeah, dumbass move. Once again, great camera angle because it shows how lopsided the situation is. These two characters are side by side, standing over top the guy who kind of like shat on their lives. Okay, couldn't he have done this anywhere? Okay, as good as that looks. But couldn't he have done that anywhere? Just gone into any electrical outlet and gotten into like the Oscorp headquarters somehow? He's basically the internet at this point. Okay, that looks cool. That looks like the beginning of like Alien Romulus or something. Which I think is a great movie, by the way. A little too many references to the other movies, but whatever. That's fine.
The future.
This is the future of Sony. We're going to try and make a Sinister Six movie later. But we're not going to make enough money to actually go through with it later. Oh, the music here is great. It's a light piano and it's slightly creepy.
It won't work.
This feels like a very Stranger Things moment, but this is before Stranger Things even came out. Like, yeah, this feels like he's 11 getting tested on or something. Inject it into my veins. You know what to inject in my veins. Don't put the wrong thing in there. Oh no, you gave me the wrong one. I'm gonna poop my pants now. Also, that was stupid. Why did he let him inject the hand that's holding the gun? I'm ripping my shirt off because the script told me to rip it off. And I know exactly which supervillain outfit that I need to crawl to later. Okay, this is really giving off like Lycans from Underworld kind of vibe. I actually kind of dig this. This is like a body horror thing, but it just doesn't make any sense with the tones of the rest of the movie at all. Kind of like everything else in this movie. Yeah, that looks kind of cool though. If they're going to have this like techno-goblin thing going on, it does look kind of cool. Yeah, now we're going to look like the Dark Elves from Thor the Dark World. Because that was arguably the best Thor movie. I know I'm the only guy that says that, but I maintain Thor the Dark World is the best Thor movie.
It's Spider-Man!
Oh, really? We had no idea. And why does she say this in a second?
Stop the cab.
I ain't even moving!
Yeah, like, what the f*** was that about? They could have washed out about 15 minutes of dumb dialogue in this movie, and it would have been significantly better. They did keep the 500 Days of Summer kind of vibe, you know? That kind of indie rock love story. And this is romantic. They're talking at the top of a bridge. It's like they're on top of a Ferris wheel or something. It's cute. It's whatever.
We're on different paths. You're my path.
You're my path. Okay, see, yeah. Spider-Man's a little outdated of a character, because they're assuming that people fall in love with their high school sweethearts, and nowadays that's just barely a thing, I hate to say. I'm sure it still happens. I'm not saying it happens 0% of the time, but, like, we all know about divorce rates and shit.
They haven't caught Jack the Ripper yet. You didn't know that?
I think that actually is correct. I don't think they actually did catch him. I think it's like one of those Zodiac killer things where they had a short list, but they never actually found out who. I thought I read that somewhere. I don't know. I don't look up things about serial killers, because I'm not a crazy white woman in America. Oh, who am I kidding? It's every woman loves that shit for some reason. And that looks amazing. That looks great. Okay, and this whole added level of drama with this airplane thing, like, we did not need that. Why are they wasting CGI on airplane scenes in this movie and not Spider-Man? Okay, that was good. Again, I don't know if Spider-Man's hearing can be destroyed by, like, human things like that, but whatever.
I'm coming with you.
But you're not coming with me.
Yes, I am.
Okay, this could have easily been solved if Spider-Man had just webbed up both her hands instead of just one. But of course, the movie has to happen, and we have to be super sad at the end, so... Yeah, I love that. How she, like, says his name out loud, and nobody's supposed to know that, but she's, like, so pissed off that she can't control herself in the moment. Okay, and this is good. If they're gonna show tense moments, show Aunt May working at the hospital without power, instead of the weirdo plane ride bullshit they got going on. And that still looks good. I'm still not complaining about the cinematography at all. Wow, okay, see, that's amazing. Oh, this shot right here is insane. Yeah, look at that. If you don't think that looks f***ing cool, you're out of your mind. That looks great. Oh, and this looks good too. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, see, it's giving off major, like, Matrix Revolutions vibes, but I don't even care. Shout out to the fucking VFX team that worked on this, because you know they overworked the f*** out of them, probably. But this might be the only big-budget movie where the VFX company got fucking paid. And this is pointless. Why are we watching this airplane? Oh, that looks cool. Again, looks like Neo coming up to the Machine City in Matrix Revolutions, but it looks good.
A god named Sparkles?
Okay. That was dumb, but it was like playfully dumb, and it was like playing along with Spider-Man from earlier, so I like that line. Oh no. And of course Gwen Stacy has to get free, because this has to be the most depressingly ended movie ever. Oh, this looks so f***ing good. Okay, this movie uses slow motion very well, because it's not every 2 seconds like 300. It's like just tastefully enough, in my opinion. Yeah, let me just vomit this electricity on you real quick. Okay, and this is good, showing how Gwen Stacy's helping out her man, and...
Thank you, Gwen Stacy!
Yeah. That looked cool. Yeah, every bit of this looks cool.
Shake it off. It's just your bones, your muscles, and your organs.
Yeah, see, I love that. That's great. Again, Spider-Man's personality, very, very good. And this, what the f*** is this?
I hate this song!
Yeah, why are we watching Spider-Man turn into a pinball while there's a song going on, kind of? I guess it keeps with the whole song under Electro's, like, mind, with, like, the lyrics and stuff, but I don't know, that was just weird. I don't understand what that was for. Oh, that looks good. Oh, and this... Yeah, just like The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, the hot girlfriend has to come in and mow down the one villain to save the character.
This is my choice. Okay?
I am strong and independent, and I'm gonna die whether you like it or not. Oh, and this... Okay, great moment for Gwen Stacy's dead dad to show up, too. As if that wasn't foreshadowing enough. Oh, also, right here. Oh, hell the yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's amazing. This is when the tasteful, like, slow motion comes in. Oh, yeah, this right here. Yeah. It's a little bit Avengers Age of Ultron, but so what? It's tastefully done, and it's not, like, too much that it's crazy. They only did, like, 2 or 3 slow motion shots, and that's really all you need, because there's so much visual flair that the rest of the movie, it's kind of pointless. Yeah, see, this is all regular motion, and this is, yeah. And this fight is kind of short, if you ask me. They needed to spend a lot less time on the fucking airplanes and a lot more time with this cool-ass shit that we're seeing right here. Yeah, this is giving off, like, Thor from Infinity War vibes. Like, he's trying to put the big-ass axe together. Keep the portal open, sweet rabbit! Also, very lucky how Peter Parker is not also being electrocuted by this, but it seemed to catch Electro and be able to suck the power back from him. Very convenient in the script, is it not? I know it's just a movie, but whatever, we're having fun. Because that's all there is to do. That looked cool. That's a great cityscape shot, and you see the particles. Okay, yeah, it's good that these planes didn't hit each other, but at the end of the day, does anybody care? Okay, that was good. If they could have added tension with, like, an extra Aunt May story beat or something, that would have been cool. The choice to include the plane shit, I don't like it. The follow-through was, like, kind of okay, but it was just like, why bother? I like that Spider-Man is just immediately, you know he's still alive. Like, Spider-Man's not going to die in this shit. Oh, great, and now you know exactly what's going to happen, now that Harry's showing up.
We can still make your fight.
Oh, no, she's not going to make shit. Oh, that's a great visual right there. With the Goblin flying in, and there's still the crackling in the background. Yeah, see, that looks cool. It's kind of bullshit CGI, but if you're going to go, like, Techno-Goblin, it's not terrible. The hair looks ridiculous, though. Yeah, that little, like, elf swoop he's got in the back of his head. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, what is that shit? And now he's putting it together.
Peter.
Yeah, I like that delivery.
You said no.
That was good. I don't care what anybody says. I like that. Yeah, that's showing how selfish he is. He's like, it's your fault, not mine.
Betrayed me.
Yeah, I don't like the makeup choice, but the whole Techno-Goblin thing is kind of cool.
I'm gonna take away yours.
Oh, gee, what's going to happen next?
Harry, put her down.
I honestly can't believe they went through with this storyline. As good as I think the way this looks, I can't believe they went through the storyline with how cartoony the rest of the movie is. I think this is wild. That looks cool. Again, it looks amazing.
Harry is dead. Harry.
Okay, that was a little bit much. I don't know if Catch Gwen, and then throw another web up at, like, Harry. Because he's got such fast reflexes earlier in the movie, it doesn't make sense. Okay, hit it away. Yeah, see, he would haven't had enough time to hit it away. His spider sense is awesome enough that he would have done that. Okay, this fight scene is cool, but it only lasts for a couple minutes. They spent so much time on the fucking plane. See, I think the issue... Oh, that's a great shot. I think the issue with this scene is that it spends too much time with the tension of him saving Gwen Stacy and not the tension of him fighting the Goblin. Because, yeah, Goblin falls down and he's, like, not even... They're not fighting right now. It's just Gwen Stacy is in peril for this scene, and the fight is not that... Okay, now we're back to the fight, though. Yeah, see, this only lasts a few seconds, though, before we go back to the misery of the ending. Oh, that's a cool knife. It's like a tri-blade. That was actually cool. Again, some of the Techno-Goblin stuff is alright, but this fight doesn't last nearly long enough. I think it's over in a minute. Oh, this is badass. How he just doesn't care. He's like, I don't give a shit about you. You trying to kill my girl? I'm gonna choke you to death. Bitch. Yeah, see, the drama of this is the focus, and it's not the fight choreography and stuff. Yeah, oh. Oh, this is heartbreaking. Yeah, see, Goblin's out. See, now it's just... Yeah, the fight is over, so now it's just... You're left with the falling drama. Oh, it's a great shot, but it's so sad. Yeah, this is like the saddest f***ing thing ever. Also this. I love that. That detail is great. How his web has its own little, like, hand reaching out for Gwen. That's great. This is sad, but cinematography's great. Oh. And the clock stops, and he just doesn't know it yet. This is the most devastating thing in the history of cinema. Okay, maybe not, but it's really tough to watch. He doesn't know what's going on. He's, like, still trying to tell himself that everything might be okay, maybe? And she just looks like she's sleeping. Like her eyes aren't partially open. She doesn't look like she squeezed really hard when her neck snapped. She just looks like she's taking a nap. Like she could wake up any minute. Now he's in denial, and she's not waking up, and he just... Oh, the music is so sad.
Stay with me.
Oh, subconsciously he knows that she's gone, but he can't admit it to himself. It's so devastating. Oh, and the blood comes down her nose, and he's like, dude, I can't hide this from myself anymore.
Oh, please.
And now he's like pleading and just begging for her to just come back because that's the only thing in the world he wants right now. Ugh, yeah. Dude, like, if you're gonna have such a playful, cartoony movie and then do that, like, what are you doing to kids, man? To be fair, though, I know Mufasa died in The Lion King, so there's tragedy in, like, kids' movies and stuff, but, like, the way that was portrayed in this, and they keep it going for, like, another 5 minutes. You see how sad and deprived Peter Parker is now. He lost his parents, he lost Uncle Ben, and now he lost the love of his life. It's like, how much more destroyed can you make a character? But it's a family movie. It's a comic book movie. We're superheroes, eh? But I can't deny the choice, though. I will give the movie credit. I can't deny the choice. It's so heartbreaking, though. His face is just distraught. It's so brilliant. Oh, that's a great shot of New York in the background. And then now he's sitting as if it's just another day. Now he's back to standing, back to that shot, but it's in the fall. This is great. It's very 500 Days of Summer coded. It's a little too 500 Days of Summer coded, but it's a great illustration. Oh, and that right there. That's a Blade Runner 2049 shot. That is so... Dude. That would make me cry if the movie was a little bit better, and also if I wasn't doing content for it, but you know what I mean. And then now we're going back... Okay, so we're going to that... From that super sad thing, and now we're gonna set up sort of the Sinister Six. Like, kind of. Like, I don't know, man. It's like I said, I don't want movies to fail, but it's like... this movie tried too hard. It tried too hard, man. Oh, he looks like Michael Cera in that shot. This is an Oscorp movie with Spider-Man as like a supporting character, it feels like. Oh, look, we're going to show you a bunch of things that you're never going to get to see.